You're listening to the Caramel Apples podcast, the apple snack that brings you a retro vibe, both crunchy and sweet. Have you ever found that after watching a commercial jingle, you feel the need to get in your car and go get a certain product? Not just because of what you heard, but because of what you saw. The key component of advertising. Here's part 5 of Mascots with your hosts Kennedy Rizzo and Cooper Lee.
Oh man, part 5. Yeah, we knew this was going to be a heavy hitter, didn't we, Coop?
Absolutely. And truthfully, we're really cutting it off at the knees. So
That's true, because there's just so many when it comes to the subject matter of mascots. And to have part 5, truer words haven't been spoken.
That's right, Kennedy. But we'll get into that Caramelicious topic here in a second. But before that, make sure to subscribe and say hello to us on the socials. We love having conversations with you. We love hearing your nostalgic memories. And feel free to visit our website, which is RetroTrekwithTheCaramelApples.com. You can find all the latest and greatest information about what's going down in the Retro Orchard. And one more thing. I don't know about you, Kennedy, but I'm feeling a little jittery, or maybe a lack thereof. So you want to go over to buymeacoffee.com, RetroTrekwithTheCaramelApples. We take our coffee with a little cream and sugar. And a couple pumps of any flavor of your choice. Thanks a latte.
Right. So, yes, got the important stuff out of the way. We're ready to launch into the discussion this week for Mascots Part 5. And we have quite the treat for you. But before we get into the meat of that, we have to do a little backtracking here because we went and, Mascots Part 2, we were talking about the crime dog. McGruff the Crime Dog?
Yep.
We thought we remembered that he had a first name, but then we, for the life of us, could not remember while we were having our discussion what it was. So we promised you that we'd go back, we'd do some research, and then come back and update you on that. And he actually did have a first name. So, yes, he was McGruff the Crime Dog, but his first name was actually Fred. Fredda.
And it's funny because, as kids, you're not thinking about all that kind of stuff. So,
No.
To go back and find out that they actually put a lot of thought into these characters and stuff, he had a first name. So that's cool. Yeah, so Fred.
Fredda. And something else we wanted to catch the Orchard Archive up on was in Mascots Part...
What's the matter with you?
Mascots Part 3. And we were talking about breakfast cereal, some of the mascots that are connected with that. We actually mentioned Fruit Loops and Toucan Sam. He had a special jingle that for the life of us, we could not, again, remember because Gen X brains glitch bad. So,
follow your nose. It always knows.
Just follow my nose. It always knows. Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal. With natural fruit flavors. Orange, lemon, cherry.
That is so cool.
And his nose did not lie. It did know. It was good stuff.
It was. And Coop loves all that sugary rainbowy stuff,
Guilty as charged.
Throw some marshmallows in there and you got a fan for life. So, yeah, you can't screw around with this Gen Xer, right there, Coop?
That's right. I'm a big kid at heart, I guess.
Nothing wrong with that. We endorse it heavily.
Absolutely. Continuing on with the nice sugary sweet candy goodness.
Yep.
Here's some mainstays for you that they have been around for quite some time. And of course, there's knockoffs of this, and that's the M&M'S.
Oh, yes, the M&M candies. Mm-hmm.
They have really, really taken off. Back in the day, it was literally just the chocolate, right? And
yes.
then morphed into the peanuts. But I think Was it always the dark chocolate one that was their main one to begin with as their mascot? Or was it like the collection? That were they all the mainstay?
I think it was more the collection, and they were cartoons.
Yep.
Back then. And I don't know if you archivers remember this about the spokes candies. They added colors later. What we know now, they added a couple colors.
Yep, and took one away.
Yes. As Coop was saying, the dark chocolate, there was a dark brown. Is there still a dark brown one in there?
There's still a dark brown.
Oh, so I know which one they took away.
Yep.
Coop's going to tell you.
It was the light brown.
The light brown, yes.
Yep, they took that away.
And the brightest color besides the yellow was orange.
Yep.
So like now we got red, blue.
Yep.
And they don't have the light brown one anymore. So
right. We got green and yellow.
Yes, yes.
So I never really knew why they took the light brown away.
I don't either.
If anybody knows, let us know because we're curious about that.
Yeah, because actually with the red coloring, that's come up in recent years that might not be the healthiest to ingest, but we have red hard candies everywhere.
Yeah. We did a brief mention about, they have different kinds of flavors and stuff for their mascot candy of M&M'S. But one of those we mentioned was peanuts. So if you piggyback off of...
What's the matter with you?
Piggyback off of that... I wonder if there's some Mr. Peanuts in those M&Ms. What do you think? That's a famous mascot right there.
Oh, yes. And it's funny how a lot of them, because it was different times back then, they had more class about them.
Oh, yeah.
So he had a top hat, kind of like the Monopoly guy. He had a top hat and monocle and his little staff.
Yep.
I think he spoke proper.
I think he did.
That's just what it was. It matched the times back then. But kids, shoot, even adults, they were drawn to that. They were like, that's cool.
Yeah, and he was like really, really major big league. Because I think, like the Oscar Mayer Wiener truck, I think there's a Peanuts truck. If I'm not mistaken, I think there's a peanut. Yeah.
There is, you're right.
So that's mascot and staying power, right?
That's right. Ultimate power. Yeah, peanuts. And those are good, Planters peanuts.
They do honey roasted, don't they?
They do, and those are good. Plain salted ones, gotta have salt.
So, on with that. Here's another mainstay that a lot of people, I won't get into the change of it as of right now, but back in the day, Chester Cheetah, he had a serious product that people it was yummy.
Cheetos are the bomb.
They were just, I don't know, next level back then. Like,
sure were.
You knew you could eat that entire bag. And you would not be like, what is that? Like, they all tasted good. So.
And lick the cheese off your fingers. It was so good. You're like, these can't be finished and over.
That's it.
Good
so
flavor.
Chester Cheetah.
That's right, Chester. What did he say?
It ain't easy being cheesy.
Yeah, so his cheesy is pretty darn good, though. So we appreciate that.
That's right. And like everything else we talk about on our channel, we remember the better days. We remember the good days, the nostalgia of that. And Cheetos were bomb diggity. They're still okay, but that's our assessment. They're okay.
It's
like
bag per bag.
What happened?
Yeah. You're taking a risk anytime you buy one. And then when you do get a good bag, it's hard not to just run through that good, right?
100.
But you're like, the next bag won't be so good, so maybe I will savor these a little bit.
Yeah.
It is what it is, but...
Yeah.
So, here's one for the adults out there. Captain Morgan. He is one that... Captain Morgan, he was one that he was very cartoony, but the way they drew him, he really did look like a serious pirate. Like he looked like he could just step out off of the label.
He was bad to the bone.
He was like, he looks real. And I know not too long ago, probably dating ourselves now, maybe about 10 years ago or so, they were doing the Captain Morgan stance for people. They'd be drinking some, of his product, and they'd stand there like he did. But it's like, his pose was awesome, and he really did. He looked like a real pirate. Like,
he did.
Yeah.
He really did. It's like, oh my goodness. Yeah, and was that rum?
Yeah.
Rum. Okay. Yeah. And it makes you put you in the whole mindset of the Caribbean and other things that spun off from that theme. But yeah, there were some imaginations back then. I appreciate that, because I think we've hit a wall.
Absolutely. Yes.
Good grief. Bring them back.
Thank you. I agree. And something else that was really very, very digital, cartoony back in the day, we'll say that this is their mascot for Nintendo. So it may be the unofficial mascot, but that was Mario and Luigi, right? The Super Mario Brothers.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
So yeah, they were very pixelated when they first came out and everything. But I don't know. What do you think, Kennedy? Would you say that? Do you think that if they're not the official Nintendo mascot, would you kind of characterize them as being the unofficial?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what we think of.
Yep.
Because we weren't like heavy gamers until Nintendo came out, and it was Super Mario Brothers. So I mean, that's just what it is for us in our personal nostalgia, and we're sticking with it.
Yeah. Ha ha ha. So we really do love Super Mario Brothers, and feel free to check out our RetroTrek Retro that we did a few seasons back. It was specific on Super Mario Brothers. We think you would quite enjoy that. We'll link that in the show notes.
We sure will. Good time.
But I want to double back for just a second. We had talked about Captain Morgan, and his product, as you mentioned, was rum. And something that doesn't go with rum or shouldn't go with rum ever is the Michelin Man. He is for tires.
Totally different aesthetic.
Exactly. So, the Michelin Man, he's been around for some time. And again, he was just like part of their logo. And now, come forward some years, he's digitalized, he's AI or at least computer generated.
At least point. Now, yeah.
Yeah. That's what we're driving at. These are long-standing mascots that we have been seeing for decades. Decades.
What's the matter with you?
And then we're seeing them come to life, because some of these were just on labels. And now we're seeing them interact with people and talking to you on TV, and it's really, really cool. For advertising, they're like, this is what drives the point home. You can think of a character, then you immediately think of whatever it is that they're selling.
Yes.
It's really smart.
So, we think about how they really moved a lot of food products, drink products, talk about Captain Morgan. But then they go back to the cartoon cute animations and stuff of what kid didn't like chocolate milk back then?
Right?
So we got the little chocolate rabbit for Nesquik. Was his name Quickie?
That seems right.
Yeah, he went nuts. He was almost like the Trix Bunny, but man, he loved him some chocolate milk.
He did. And it's funny, these little rabbits always were around these kids that weren't very nice to him.
That's right. What gives?
What gives? Yes, but that was some good stuff. And like you said, chocolate milk was the bomb. But if you could make it as chocolatey as you wanted to, yes, please.
You and Quickie both.
That's right. But then they got into some flavors. I think there's like strawberry and vanilla. Is there vanilla?
I can't remember. Maybe banana?
Maybe.
There was definitely strawberry.
But chocolate's the only one you need. So that's just, that's the caramel apples vote.
Forget the milk. I just dip my finger in there and you be eating the chocolate powder. That's good stuff.
And over ice cream. If you put it over vanilla ice cream.
Oh my goodness. Now I have to make a store run.
I know.
Good job.
But what is chocolate milk and Nesquik without some Elsie the cow and her board milk?
Yeah, now this one goes back some years.
Absolutely.
This one's a veteran.
And it's cool because, again, like we said, you would see her part of the packaging. She's on the label, but then she would tour around. Remember Elsie the cow and her calf? It'd be big ones.
Oh, yes, I do.
And they'd go around just
fairs and
stuff. Exactly. Yeah.
Especially around these parts.
Yes. So it's neat when she was way more than life size. She was huge.
Yeah, we appreciated that too because it was like, I don't know, we were fascinated very easily.
So here's a little fun fact for just around where we live. Just a stone's throw away from where we grew up, there was an Elsie and a calf there. It was a little dairy farm, and she was right there. We could see it on the regular. Like, if we drove past it, like we said, it was literally like a stone's throw away from where we grew up.
We'd be looking, too. We'd be looking for her. Like, ah.
We'd get so excited to see her. It was like, oh, like I said, she was life size. So that was really, really cool.
It really was.
So, if you remember this guy, give us a shout out.
Now, who was that?
Whoever could that be?
He's so cute.
He really is cute. I think he found his way into plushies and stuff, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was really starting to be one of those characters, kind of like we mentioned the Noid, and there were some others that they created so children could actually have them as keepsake toys.
Yeah, they'd have been smart doing that too. We didn't have one.
Nope.
So that's why we're struggling remembering. But
yes,
that would have been very smart of the company to do that.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. And he's grown by leaps and bounds. I'm sure from humble beginnings he's been around. And, his catchphrases and stuff have changed along the way. But he's always had some sort of a little giggle. And this one, I think, has been the one that's probably going to stand the test of time.
Especially for us Gen Xers. We remember that little high-pitched giggle.
Yes.
So he is so cute. Yeah, he is. Man, we were suckers for that kind of stuff. It was like we were the target audience for real.
Oh, you said it. Oh, my gosh. There's something else that you might find in the freezer section. Ho, ho, ho. Green Giant.
Woo.
Ho, ho, ho. Green Giant.
Yep. And they knew for marketing that was cool. It's something to draw the kids in. Maybe that might make them want to eat their peas or their...
Not Coop. She was totally about sugar.
But it was cool because, he was on the packaging. The next thing you know, he's walking around in commercials and stuff. And I think for a while they even had like a life-size one. They'd have like small people around him, but he would be really, really tall, and you just see like the bottom of his legs.
Yeah. Oh, that's bad though.
Yeah, and he's like ho ho ho. Yeah, that's really, really cool.
Yeah, and this was in the era too, where like being read storybooks. So then there was like Jack and the Beanstalk, James and the Giant Peach, and some of those. And there's Reading Rainbow, Sesame Street. Like we were encouraged to dive into our imaginations.
Yes.
So then, so here we got a food product with this green giant on there, like that. What does that do for a kid? Make them eat their broccoli or peas, maybe.
Yeah, either they're scared into submission or they're fascinated into submission, but they're going to eat the vegetables.
I think we were a little bit of both. Mom thanks them too.
That's right. And we do too now, looking back on it. We like some veggies.
That's right.
So we have to tell you, we have enjoyed this conversation that's been ongoing for a few weeks now. If you've been following our show, you know that you can Go back and catch any that you might have missed. But as we said, this was part 5, and we are really literally wrapping this up. But before we go, one more honorable mention that we really see the necessity of knowing about this caricature at this point is Mr. Clean,
Mr.
right?
Clean.
Mr. Clean. And, he's been around for quite some time, but once the magic eraser hit the scene,
I love those things.
yes, they are pretty phenomenal.
What is in those? I love those things.
I know. You can combine them with your cleaning products. So we're not really trying to do an advertisement right now. But we do want to just specify the fact that he was, he's top tier as far as when you think of cleaning products. You can easily dial him up in your brain.
Yeah, you use his products that you get your cleaning snatched.
That's it.
I don't know. And now, bald is in. So it may even go a little beyond cleaning products for people because, guys can slick it out now, and, maybe that's preferred.
Yeah. And would you say, just out of questioning, do you think he was kind of based off of a genie or something?
That wouldn't be a stretch.
He kind of gives that vibe.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
So, if anybody knows, let us know.
And we have terrible imaginations. So we'll force that scenario if we have to.
That's right. But we have truly, as we mentioned, enjoyed this nostalgic conversation because there are so many. Feel free to hit us up on, the socials. If there's any that we missed, any that were near and dear to your heart, that really drums up memories for you. And, hey, we'd love to hear all of those because we know we missed some. We know we did.
We do. Yeah, we do.
That's it for this week's Apple Snack on Mascots. Stay tuned for more. There's always more from the Retro Orchard, and we look forward to our next nostalgic conversation. See you next time.